Making higher education more available in spite of the cost, a local college now offering students the chance to study and earn a degree without struggling to pay for it or going deep into debt. It is tuition free. Let's go on the record.
From WPBF 25, this is On the Record with Todd McDermott.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. Helping students deal with the cost of higher education they might not be able to afford otherwise. That's the goal of the Promise program at Indian River State College. Here to explain the program and the impact is the president of the college, Dr. Timothy Moore. Dr. Moore, thanks for being here today.
Thank you, sir.
This is an exciting project to talk about. I know it's already had success. We're going to make it more successful today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. First, let's define what the Promise program is.
Very simply put, it is this. It is an opportunity based on philanthropy to change lives in the higher education space. We take any student from our 4-county service district, Martin County, Indian River County, St. Lucie County, or Okeechobee County, 2.0 GPA from high school, public charter school, home school, or private charter school. And as long as they, we don't care what mom and dad make, as long as they enroll full time, we waive tuition.
All right, so that's the first question I had after the first one, which is tuition free? Tuition free.
It is tuition free, no holes barred. We just want them to come in and try to achieve their full God-given potential, Todd.
And you said that it doesn't matter what mom and dad make.
We don't care about family income. We didn't put any limits on it because we didn't want to have a bracketed program for people that don't have means or people that do have means. We just want to take care of everybody in the district. And what's been remarkable about this program, Todd, is this, that we've got almost 43% of all area high school students are now enrolled in the college because of the Promise program. When I arrived, we were about 21% 5 years ago. That's a remarkable increase.
Now, most programs like this would be means-based. That's what you would expect.
Yes, sir.
Why was the decision made to do it differently?
Because I don't want to get into a line of demarcation between who earns what and where they are. We have students that come from various backgrounds. Some are homeless, some have means. We have folks that have intact families and folks that don't have intact families. Why get into this deliberative process when we have the process available through philanthropy to drive the tuition cost down, give them an opportunity to excel and achieve their full dreams?
Take us back to the beginnings, the catalyst for the program, and how it was developed.
Well, I got hired in 2020 in the middle of the pandemic. The enrollment that I inherited was off almost 30%.
What was that number, do you remember?
Oh my gosh, we were probably down around 10,000 students, something like that. And we've rebounded back up in 12,500 students full-time equivalent. There's a number we use. But the idea was that we were hemorrhaging students, and it was an idea to break through the noise to get to the students and the families. So we did a Hail Mary, we did the Promise program. I told my team on a Tuesday we're going to launch it on the following Monday.
You gave them plenty of time.
Oh, I sure did, because guess what? We fail quickly, and we get going. And what happened was miracles happened. The team figured it out. We went to a retail campaign, hit all the high schools, and now what's phenomenal going in our 4th year of this program, I get stopped in the supermarket. My son is coming 2 years from now. Promise will be there. We're counting on it. I have a fully financed 529, but I'm using Promise to extend my educational benefits further in the future. That's the beauty of the program.
That's amazing. And again, that puts you in some pretty rarefied air in terms of higher learning.
It does, sir. More importantly, 98% of our students graduate with zero debt. And in this marketplace, we have $1.7 trillion of student loan debt. This is the answer. Think about this with me. 80 years ago, 12 million Americans returned from the war, courtesy of the GI Bill, went to universities and colleges around the nation, transformed America, transformed the world with zero debt because of the GI Bill. Why are we charging money for these educational processes when we can use the power of philanthropy to drive change in our society, in our economy, and the world?
Now, this is a major expense.
How
did you begin this process?
Well, I have to give a shout out to Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, Mackenzie Scott. She started all this about 90 days into my job. She gave us $45 million of a lump sum gift.
That's a nice bit of seed money.
It's a good start. And what we did is we doubled the size of nursing. We began to expand to other facilities. My wife and I put dollars into the child development centers. Our earliest ones in our area get experience with education. And then the Promise program.
And you've seen the program grow from there.
Give us some numbers. Oh, the numbers are huge. We probably had over 6,000 kids that enrolled in the college with the Promise program. We've got over 2,500, 2,800 coming in this fall with this program. And again, these are opportunities to come in and achieve the American dream and not go into debt to do it.
I've got about a minute left. Let's talk about community benefit to have this happening on your campuses.
So let's look at what this college does. 77% of our graduates stay in the 4 counties. So these dollars that are invested come right back to us. 96% stay in the state of Florida. These are dollars that are trapped in the state and become workforce in the middle class that we all rely upon. We do everything from nurses to paramedics to firefighters to law enforcement to dental hygienists to x-ray technicians. This is everything that we count on our society to drive the economy and the lifestyle we enjoy here in South Florida.
One more number, if you could. Where you started and where you're now in terms of Promise Program students.
Oh gosh, out of 6,500, 7,000 students, we're capturing 43% of the marketplace. So do the math, put you into 3,800 kids that are actually looking at us, 3,200 kids are looking at us on a year in, year out basis, sir. That's a remarkable updraft for us. But more importantly now, we're having industry partners out there seeing this program as the touch point for them to find their workers of the future.
All right, College President Dr. Timothy Moore, thank you for doing this.
Thank you for this time.
Thank you for this time today.
Yes, sir.
I wish you much success. It's quite a program.
Honor him.
And we're going to talk a lot more about it.
Yes, sir.
All right. Because coming up, what kind of impact the program is having on Indian River State College. We'll look deeper into that. And we'll look at more about this when On the Record returns.
You're watching On the Record on WPBF 25.
Welcome back. We're talking today about the program making higher education available to everyone at Indian River State College. Joining me now to talk more about the Promise Program, Elizabeth Gaskin, Vice President for Student Success, and Ethel Robertson, Executive Director of the Indian River State College Foundation. She has another title too, but it's too long. So, Beth, let's start with you. Sure. Let's first talk about, now that we've heard how great this program is, how people access it. How do you apply to be part of this?
Well, we start generally in the fall prior to enrollment. We go to every high school in our 4-county district many times, start talking to the students about the program and the guidance counselors who are critical to selling this program as well. And we continue to work with them the completion of their application, then a promise commitment, which says, I promise to take classes full-time for 2 years to receive my associate degree. We promise, as a result, to cover the cost of that tuition. So it's really a dual promise that we're making each other. Students now who have graduated from high school still have time to pledge to the Promise Program up until July 14th.
Okay, so we've got a little less than a month by the time we actually see this program. Let me ask you one other question. Mm-hmm. Besides somebody just willing to sign this pledge, what are you looking for in a student?
You know what, we are looking for someone who's ready to better their life in some way, shape, or form, and that comes in all kinds of sizes. From the student who never thought they would go to college, a first-generation student, first in their family to ever consider college, to the student who is bound for medical school, who sees this as a path to a better financial future, to bank his Florida prepaid, for example, and go on to med school. So we're looking for students who plan to improve their future without regard to their funding in their family, without regard to their first-generation status, anything at all. It's open. If you graduate from high school in the 4-county district that Indian River State College serves, then we want you in our Promise Program.
All right, Annabelle, now Promise Program is different than a lot of programs like it. Let's talk about funding, because the foundation is what this is all about, right?
Absolutely. We are funding, this will be about 9,000 students this coming year.
Wow.
Yes. Promise is...
How do you go about doing that? What's the pitch from the foundation to people to be part of this from the funding side of it?
Promise is a program about a community supporting its young people, but it's also about ensuring that we have a strong economy and a strong workforce. We know that 77% of our students stay right here in the community, so we need to make sure we're getting our students into school so they'll be here and we'll have that trained workforce that we need here on the Treasure Coast. That
sounds like a pretty easy sell for local businesses, local organizations to keep that talent in the community. Can you give us an idea of who's interested in being part of the foundation, who raises their hand when you say we need help?
We have a number of local businesses that work with us, strong support in the marine industry, in manufacturing. We work with them in the college also. The college works very closely with designing our curriculum for our workforce students with our partners in the community. And they've been very generous in supporting Promise. And of course, we need other funders to step up and support Promise. And I would encourage anybody to go to giving.irsc.edu to join us in supporting Promise.
All right, now here is your chance to do this on television. Who would you like to pitch right now? Because if there's somebody out there you'd like to. And Beth, you could do it if you like, either one of you.
Sure,
Who would you
sure.
like to pitch to right now?
Well, I will say that if you are ever in need of a nurse in your life, if you ever need someone to fix your air conditioning, if you need a neighbor who is educated as it comes to being a community citizen, you should support this program because it influences everything that happens in our community. Everyone who takes care of everything that you need, regardless of if you're from this area, you may not know a thing about the high schools in this area, but you very well will need someone who is trained in the workforce to take care of you at some point. So that would be the appeal to absolutely anyone in our 4-county region and even the overall region, because over 90% of our students who graduate stay in the state of Florida. So if they're not locally in the 4-county region, they are still around here and still comprise the workforce that serves us all.
And how rewarding is this to be doing this for young people? They come to where you are, and you're setting them off on their path. It must be wonderful.
It's wonderful. It's one of our board members said, I regularly would give to my alma mater. And in fact, it's crazy because giving to Indian River State College is so much more impactful in his daily life. And I would agree with Beth in saying a gift to support Promise is a gift to support every graduate. It's a wonderful way in graduation season to support every high school graduate in our community by making a gift of support.
All right, we've talked about all the theories, the numbers, but Beth and Annabelle, thank you both. Next, we have something even more exciting.
Yes.
And you know who it is. Because when we come back, we're going to actually talk with 2 students about getting the chance to go to college at Indian River State College and how it has changed and is changing their lives. Welcome back. More now about the impact of making higher education available to everyone at Indian River State College. I'm joined by Brittany Perez and Justin Sumba. Brittany, I'll start with you. First of all, how did you hear about the Promise program and what did you think when you heard about it?
Well, when I first heard about the Promise program, it was through my older sister. She was actually one of the very first recipients of the Promise program. And when I heard about it, I was just really excited and really surprised at the prospect that I was able to, attend college for completely tuition free.
And you, I understand, are a graduate now.
Yes, sir.
So what are you doing now?
I'm hoping to transfer to UCF. So I'm waiting on the application and hopefully I'll get acceptance letter soon.
Fantastic. When did you just finished?
Yes.
Okay. What was the experience like for you to go through this?
To go through the Promise program, it's been an amazing and fulfilling experience. It's something I never thought I could experience,
Really?
I met so many new people. I got so many opportunities coming on here and talking to you, sharing my story, and hopefully by sharing my story, I'll be able to open up the doors for other people too.
Right. And Justin, what about you? Did you believe it when they told you tuition free? When you first heard the words tuition free, you say, is it really free?
To be honest with you, I never really had a program like that, especially growing up down south. And when I moved to Port St. Lucie and heard about the program, I thought there was strings attached to it. But it turns out everything was true, and it's truly been a blessing to be part of the program. Yeah,
and tell me what it's like going through it now. You are at what phase? Are you 1 year in now?
No, I'm in my 2nd year right now.
Okay.
And once I finish, I want to get into the radiology program at the school, so I plan to continue my education after my associates, so yeah.
Let's move away from Promises for a minute and talk about the experience of going to Indian River State College. Brittany, I'll start with you. What's it like going to the college? What would you want people to know about it?
I think mainly that there's so many resources. I feel that when I first went there, I didn't know that I was able to get so many experiences and meet so many people just like me who are in the similar situations, but are also filled with passion and determination to fulfill their dreams. And I think that's amazing. And surrounding yourself by those type of people boosts your confidence in yourself and in your ability to pursue your dreams.
Now, where did you go to high school?
Indian River Charter High School.
So when you finished, did you know what you wanted to do?
I knew I wanted to pursue psychology, but I was still unsure of how to go about it because I'm a first generation. My parents don't know anything about college or how to, the whole college experience and stuff like that. So I was really in deep waters by myself. So I was just like, oh, I don't know what to do. But I think hearing about the Promise program and seeing how it helped my sister and how they helped her guide her towards her better future, I think it really made me confident in myself and my ability to pursue my dreams.
All right, you're getting into UCF, we just decided. So what's your ultimate goal?
Clinical psychology, child psychologist perhaps, but you know, anything can happen. I like the branch of psychology because you can do anything with that field.
We could talk about this for a long time because
Yes.
my sister is a child psychologist in a school system. So, but we won't do it now. But it's great. It's fantastic. Justin, tell us more about you. What you're going to do.
Well, after my 2 years of my associates, I do plan into going into the radiology program at the school. I do plan to keep going to school and enjoying my classmates, my professors. And I also work at the school, so be around my coworkers longer as well. You know, I've really been enjoying this experience of college, and yeah.
What do you think you would have done without Promise?
Probably go work with my dad.
Yeah?
More than likely, yeah. I wasn't really like thinking about college, to be honest with you, because it's a lot of money, and I have younger siblings to help out the family. But since I don't really have to pay for anything, it's really giving me like more accessibility to the future with, you know, furthering my education and getting to stuff that I really want to do, which is medical science.
Yeah. And when you were in high school, did you consider that possibility? Did you think you're probably just going to have to work with your dad? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but that you thought that's my path?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I thought that was going to be my path. Either that or just joining the military, which is also a good path I wanted to go down towards. So, yeah.
And now I'm going to give you the chance as we finish up here. Brittany, I'll start with you. You
Yes.
kind of already did it, but a student that hears this or the parents of a student that hears this, what do you want them to know? What's your message to them?
That the Promise program is an opportunity to succeed, to grow, and to better yourself. And you really have nothing to gain, or nothing to lose, and everything to gain. Sorry.
Right. And what was the college experience like? Was it everything you'd hoped for?
It was way more than I expected. I'm so happy and grateful to have been part of this program.
All right. And Justin, anything that you want to tell somebody who maybe today is thinking, I can't go to college, and they hear your story?
well, give it a shot. There's a first time for everything in your family, between your friends, you know, just give it a shot, you know what I'm saying? And then just keep going, yeah.
All right, Brittany, Justin, thank you so much. We wish you every success.
Thank you.
Thanks for going on the record about your young lives and all the great things that are ahead for you in the future. We'll be right back. Thank you, as always, for making us part of your morning. We would love for you to be part of our discussion each and every Sunday. We're always right here at 10 a.m. Till the next time, you can watch this morning's On the Record program and every episode we have on our website, WPBF.com. It's also available anytime on our free WPBF 25 News app. Matter of Fact with Soledad O'Brien is next. We hope you have a wonderful Sunday. See you again next week.